before we proceed any further, there's several things that I need to cover with you on the record. They have to do with your constitutional rights and protections. The first one I want to remind you that you have, and by entering a plea, you're giving up all these rights. I will discuss them with you orally, and then you will perhaps duplicate them more than once in writing. So first of all, you always have a right to remain silent. That means you don't have to make a statement. You don't have to answer questions. You don't have to submit paperwork that has your signature, especially papers that admit or confess to wrongdoing. You understand you have the right to remain silent.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You have
sir.
the right, you have the right to a jury trial. The 6 people selected from the community by the state's attorney and your attorney to hear the evidence and decide whether you're guilty or not. That's the right to a jury trial. You understand you have that right.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have the right to confront witnesses. That means that you and or your attorney could question, cross-examine, challenge any witness who would testify if you went to trial. Do you understand you have the right to confront witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor.
You also have the right to what's called an appeal.
Yes, Your Honor.
An appeal is the right for you and or your attorney to, in a proper manner with the right papers in the timeline, you could ask or demand that a higher court review the official record in this proceeding and the evidence and results. So that's a right to appeal. You also have a right to have this hearing in the public open courtroom. Because of the COVID emergency, we're not doing open public courtroom hearings, and you and the state both have the right to make that demand. It is obvious from the fact that you're entering a plea that you and the state are both in agreement that this will be done as we are doing in video conference. That video conference, by the way, is being put in the public arena by putting it on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
Now, all
Yes,
those
sir.
rights that I just mentioned to you that we discussed, you're giving all of those up in order to proceed with this plea. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. McGee, I'm going to review a bunch of documents with you. They're all official and will be part of the record. These documents will probably in several instances repeat the rights and constitutional protections that I just mentioned to you. I'm now showing you a document that's titled State's Consent to Video Conference. The titles of all the different documents are going to be in all capitals and in bold print. Above that title is what I call general information that will be repeated over and over on most of the documents, perhaps the exception of one. This one says cause number 579545, the state of Texas versus Charles Guy McGee in County Court at Law number 5, Bexar County, Texas. Do you see that document?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
This one is signed by Andrew Harris Adelman, indicating consent to video conference. Did you review all these documents we're going to be looking at?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
You reviewed them with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Do you have any questions about them at all?
No, sir.
All right. This second document I'm showing you is, again, the introductory information at the top. This one is titled Discovery Acknowledgement. There's a law that's referred to as Article 39.14 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. You see that in the first sentence. It is a law that requires the state to make available to you all the documents, items, evidence that is in this case so that you and your attorney can make a informed and intelligent decision. Did you see this document? It is signed by your attorney and by Mr. Adelman, indicating that the law has been obeyed.
Yes, Your Honor. I do.
All right. The next document is your own consent to video conference instead of the demand to do this in the open public courtroom.
Yes, Your Honor.
You reviewed this and you signed it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Now we're going to go to another document. This one is has a lot more impact. It is titled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonitions. It starts off with 3 sentences separated. The first one says that you don't need me to read to you the official paper accusing you of failure to stop and give information where there's more than $200 damage done. The second sentence says, hey, this is exactly what I am charged with. And then the third sentence says, I hereby enter a plea of nolo contendere on the charge of failure to stop and give information over $200 damages. Now, nolo contendere means you're not opposing it, you're not contesting it. But I'll need you to know and understand that a nolo contendere plea is considered a guilty plea in this court. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Such a plea, I could base a conviction on that. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Now, the rest of this document is divided up into 15 numbered sections or parts or divisions. The very first one is the range of punishment for different offenses. There's a check mark next to the one showing this is Class B misdemeanor that you're charged with. And
Yes,
it tells you there the punishment is from $0 fine all the way to $2,000 fine, and jail from 0 days to 180 days in jail. Did you see and understand that range?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Number two, if you look with me, it talks about that you have a right to a jury trial, you have a right to cross-examine witnesses, and a right to remain silent. That is in writing, and it says, this is, again, you're signing this saying, declaring, I freely and voluntarily waive or give up those rights. Is that clear? Are you doing that?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
All right. Number 3, have you ever had any mental health issues or problems?
No, sir. No, Your Honor.
Have you ever been given or taken mental health medications?
No, sir. No, Your Honor.
All right. Now, number 4 is talks about the plea of guilty or nolo contendere. Your plea of nolo contendere is after you and your attorney have reviewed the evidence and you've gotten his advice and you believe it's in your best interest. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Number 5, have you ever been involved at all with the sex offender registration program?
No, sir.
All righty. I need you to understand that you have made a deal with the state. It is my authority and responsibility to decide if I personally think we should go ahead and accept that or not. It's totally up to me. If I reject the deal or if I give you a punishment that's legally within the range of punishment we talked about, but is greater than what you agreed to, the law would allow you to start all over, and nothing that you've said or signed up till now would be used against you in that case. All right.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, sir.
Number 8, where were you born, sir?
San Antonio, Texas.
All right. I find for the record that you are a U.S. citizen. All right. Now, you've reviewed all of these paragraphs, all 15 divisions. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
And you did sign an original. I note for the record, and I ask you, are you waiving the right to require me to do a needs and risks assessment in this case?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Appelt has signed this. I'm sure you have the original. If not, you'll have to sign it later. Mr. Andrew Edelman has signed. Now, this document that you're being shown now, it's titled Trial Court's Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. The 5th box, all these boxes, little boxes, have a declaration next to them saying something about the right of appeal. The 5th little box, I declare, I certify that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Did you see and understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Scroll, please. Now we have what's called the application for deferred adjudication.
Yes, Your
Again,
Honor.
the introductory information at the top. And then we have the body of the application. Did you review this application with Mr. Appelt?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you know and understand what you're telling me by signing it under oath?
Yes, Your Honor.
You are applying for deferred adjudication.
Yes.
Need
Yes,
you
Your
to
Honor.
understand several things about deferred adjudication. It requires you to live up to 100% of the conditions of supervision. And if you comply with them, then bluntly, this case will be dismissed. And under Texas law, you've never been convicted of it.
Yes, Your Honor.
If you mess up and fail to do 100% of the conditions, or you refuse to do it, either way, then the state will ask me to give you legal notice, bring you in for a hearing. And if that happens, then I can enter a final conviction. And with that, I can look at the entire range of punishment, $0 to $2,000 fine, in jail from 0 to 180 days. So it is very critically important for two major reasons that you live up to the conditions of this deferred adjudication. Is that understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. We're now going to be looking at what's called a personal data sheet. Mine is totally blank. You'll have to, if you haven't already, I'll need you to fill in all this information in here. Are you employed? Do you work?
Self-employed, sir. Your Honor.
And what do you do?
I do mechanic work.
All right. Auto mechanic?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
How long have you been doing that?
30 years.
All right. So you're not a rookie, huh?
Not a rookie. No, sir.
And you work full time doing that.
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Well, here's your chance to give yourself a plug. What's the name of your business?
McGee Racing.
McGee what?
Racing.
Okay.
I work
Yeah.
on top end cars, race cars and stuff.
Really? All right.
Yes, sir.
Now you're going to have to give us 3 worthy references there with name, address, including the city and state relationship to you, and phone number. Now, your date of birth, the whole routine. Are you married or single?
Single at this time, Your Honor.
Do you have any children that are minors?
Yes, sir.
How many do you have that are minors?
One, sir.
How old?
16.
Okay. Now, what is your total income on a regular basis, monthly or yearly?
It varies anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 a month.
What would you say is the total in a year and then divided by
A
12?
year. I'd have to put it on paper. Right offhand. Probably 30,000.
All righty. Now, have you served in the military?
No, sir. No, Your Honor.
And what kind of vehicle do you have?
99 Ford pickup.
All righty. Color?
White.
Okie dokie. All right. Now, the next document we're going to see is called a plea agreement. We'll go through that, and essentially you're through for the day. I just turned on the sun. All right.
Now I can see you, Your Honor.
Here we are. This one has your name and the case number. Then I will be marking the first 2 boxes. The first one talks about your constitutional right to remain silent and being very critical. So that's about the 3rd, maybe 4th time that we repeat it to you, but this one's in writing again. Then I'll be marking that you are a U.S. citizen. You and your attorney have marked the next 5 little boxes that again repeat all of these different constitutional rights and protections that you have, that you are fully informed of them, and that's why those little boxes are there. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Now, the charge is fail to stop and give information where more than $200 damage has been done. What is your plea to that charge, sir?
Not guilty, sir. Sorry. Guilty.
You mean nolo contendere, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Nolo contendere, as I said, we take it as a guilty in this court, but there is a distinction that has to be made, okay?
Yes,
Now,
sir.
I order you to go by the courthouse to the offices of County Court of Law number 5 and go in there. They're in the hallway behind the main court. Fourth floor of the Justice Center. You'll be able to find it, or they'll direct you there. You need to go in there and sign whatever needs to be signed, fill in whatever is missing, and also provide or work with them and have your thumbprint placed on the different documents. Is that clear?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, I find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, including your own plea of nolo contendere. But I will honor the agreement that you have made with the state. You're granted 12 months deferred adjudication. You're fined $300. I do not agree with the probating of the 300. I think you should pay it. That'll be eliminated.
Yes, sir.
You will have to pay it. You will perform 24 hours of community service restitution. You'll
Yes, sir.
pay restitution via Metropolitan Transit of $5,797.33.
Yes, sir.
You will be prohibited from operating a motor vehicle on the public streets of this city or state or nation even without motor vehicle insurance. Is that clear?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Now, because I have changed the sentence, and in effect, I've made it greater than what you had agreed to by imposing the fine, you have the right to reject that deal and start all over if you choose.
Yes,
I
sir.
need to know from you if you accept the requirement that I have imposed.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, what?
Yes, Your Honor.
I understand, Mr. McGee, but you say yes to what exactly?
I understand what you're offering me and
All
what I
right,
have to
and
do, Your Honor.
you're accepting that?
Yes, sir. I
All
am.
right. Your supervisory fee will be $29 a month.
Yes, Your Honor. Okay.
Any questions, Mr. McGee?
No, sir.
Mr. Appelt?
Two things, Judge, one, Mr. McGee lives in Comal County. Would you approve a transfer to Comal County? Since it's 12 months worth of deferred?
State, any objection to that?
No objection, sir.
And
All right.
just for the court's information,
Then the court will order the transfer of the supervision to Comal County.
and
May not be doing them a favor, Mr. Appelt.
I understand. He's asked me to ask for it, though.
Yes, sir. All right.
When Mr. McGee was picked up on this warrant, he was actually out of county, and he informs me he posted a $2,000 cash bond. I'm trying to track that down so we can make a significant dent in that restitution once it's ordered to be returned to him. So that's just for the court's information, Your Honor.
All right. If it turns out in Bear County, bring me an order and I'll order the return to him.
Very well. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Any other question, Mr. Appelt?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Edelman?
Nothing from the state, sir.
All right. Then this
Your
concludes-
Honor, I need to speak to him. I'm sorry.
All right. Don't forget it's being transferred to Comal County. Mr. McGee, Ms.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Luna is going to visit with you in breakout room. She needs information. She needs information from you, etc., so she can set up the probation stuff.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I think my coordinator said you're going to breakout room 1. So
Okay.
Very well.
get that-
Thank you,
get that-
Judge.
Get that taken care of. Don't forget about the thumbprint and paperwork. All right.
I will remind him, Judge. I'll stay on him for that.
Thank you, Joseph.
Thank you,
Uh,
Judge. May I
all
be
of you-
excused then?
All of you be safe. You are now, Joe, were you asking something else?
No, that was just, may I be excused? I think they want me to join
Yes.
breakout room 1 as well, so I'll jump into there then, Judge.
All
May I
right,
be
then you're
after
excused,
that?
sir. Y'all take care. You're excused
Great.
when you complete
Thank
that.
you. You too,
Take
Judge.
care. Stay safe.
You too, Judge. Thank you.
You're welcome.